Howdy y'all, welcome back to more Space Engineers, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to actually do a review of the ResourceNodes mod, which is something I've reviewed in the past, and that video was really crap, so I'm redoing it. First and foremost, if you wouldn't mind going down hitting that like and subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And then we'll jump right into it. So let's go ahead and we'll switch our view here. So the resource node mod actually adds just 3 blocks to the game. And this is the basic static drill, the static drill, and the advanced static drill. The advanced static drill has an upgrade port on the back where you can add power efficiency or speed or efficiency. Is it efficiency? Anyways, it adds all the upgrade modules, and they all have a nice purpose. We'll get to that in a little bit here. Each of these needs to be at least 50 meters apart from each other, or they'll actually have a little bit of degradation in their ability to actually mine up the resources you want. I normally shoot for having 100 meters between them. That seems to be the sweet spot for me that I've noticed. It makes sure that I'm actually far enough for them to register as being apart. And it's pretty good. And they actually have they have to be placed in the ground or in a voxel with the base of each drill facing towards a resource deposit. So on the Earth-like planet, you'd place them in the ground as you see them here, with much greater distance between them, of course, but in the ground with over top of an iron deposit or cobalt deposit or gold or whatever you're trying to mine up. Or you'd place them right on ice to mine up ice. Or like we have them here, they'll mine up stone. Because there's nothing below them, they'll just grab whatever resource is available. Because this is in the grassland, if you have a mod that unlocks organic material, they'll actually mine up organic material for you as well, which I think is absolutely wonderful. So each of these models actually looks pretty nice. I like the way they're set up. This one here, the basic static drill, we're not going to turn this on right now, but this will actually plunge down into the ground, and this shaft will spin as it's drilling into the ground. Both of these two, they've got these plungers up on the top, and they're actually driving down repeatedly while these are on, thumping into the ground. So anyways, I did do a bit of testing on it, but first let's look over at the workshop page. And I think I might have said it already, but this will be linked in the description below. You should go check it out. This is a mod created by Math0424. And he's made a few mods that are on the workshop, but this one I particularly love. So he's got it in here that the static drill adds 3 blocks, which we covered. They have the ability to mine whatever's below them, which we covered. But here's the reasoning behind it, and I actually find this to be true. It will increase server performance, decrease the amount of voxel edits, and encourage base and outpost gameplay. Because each of these machines needs to be set up on a resource, you're going to wind up building an outpost wherever each resource is at, just to be able to make these machines worthwhile. And of course, less voxel edits is less wear and tear on the server, less CPU usage. It's a win-win-win. This is a resource generating mod. It doesn't actually mine up the resource deposits. It won't deplete the iron deposit that it's placed over, but it also won't mine up so much iron that it's game breaking. That especially becomes true when you get to the higher end ores like platinum. The platinum one, it actually doesn't mine very fast at all, which I think is perfect. He actually recommends pairing this with something like the pipelines mod, which he also created. And I haven't tried the pipeline mod, but I've heard good things about it, so I'd recommend checking that out. So let's get back to this one, and I'll show you what some of my testing has yielded. So we'll come over here to the quick respawn, and we'll come over to this line of testing. Alright, and on this line here, I've got these little over 100 meters apart. That's the basic static drill down there, the static drill, and the advanced static drill. None of these have upgrade modules on them. They're just running. I ran it several times, 10 seconds at a time, because I didn't want huge numbers here. I wanted a nice simple little number so you could actually see the difference pretty well. The small drill seemed to get about 120 ice during that 10 seconds. And the drill got 145 ice during that 10 seconds, while the advanced drill got 190. So you can see there's quite a big step there when you're going up through them. It does work pretty well. Now we'll come over to this side and we'll look at the results from the different upgrade modules on the advanced drill. Again, I ran this for 10-second intervals several times, and none of these seem to have any difference on the power draw. So no matter which module you put on there, the power level, the power requirements for this drill stayed the same. But the numbers changed somewhat drastically when you're talking about the yield and speed modules. Those both brought the numbers up to 230, 232. But the power module only brought it up to 195. So, not a huge difference. I would stay away from the power module and stick to the speed as your first upgrade module. Yield is a little bit better, and I know it's only 2, but over the course of several hours, that's a huge difference. So, yeah, that's what I would look at there. Alright, now we can actually go look at the iron one to look at how much this actually works. So if we come over here and we actually just pick up this iron here, you can see I've got no module on the back of it, but we'll just run it for 10 seconds, and you can see that just thumping there. It is rather loud, so I'll probably wind up turning down the game sound in post. But it just binds up 250 right there, and we got 250 this time, which isn't bad. Not gonna complain. And when you compare that to like, say, the gold, this is to show the balancing. The gold will actually bring up substantially less. Again, we'll turn this down in post. Alright, that's done. See, we got 96, and you saw the number before, it was like 103 or something like that. The gold ore, it only brings up about 100 in that time. So I've ran this a few times here. I haven't dumped my inventory, and you can see the difference. So it is rather balanced, because when you take and you go upgrade to uranium or platinum, that number drops substantially further still, which is kind of nice. That's what I would expect to see. Now, I do have one big complaint about this mod, and let's see if I can find it here. Not the resource node. Where's it at? Let's go here. Basically, what we're doing here is we're going to come over this way. Nope, other direction. This way. This one right here. You can see that this one, we do have this sitting over a silicon deposit. And it's been sitting here mining it for a little bit. But because it's on ice, the first thing it picks up is ice as a resource. Now, the mod does have the ability to kind of prioritize what it's going to pick up. You can see that because when you place it on stone, it doesn't pick up stone. It picks up the resource under the stone. It'd be nice if you had that prioritization set up so that the stone would be ignored for ice, and then ice would be ignored for whatever's under the ice. But whenever it's sitting on ice, all you're going to get is ice. You're not going to get silicon. And it's kind of a bummer. I'd love to see that fixed on it. But yeah, it's fine. Just means you can't set up these bases on ice. So, all in all, I think this mod does really well.
Fuel low.
I'm in creative, I don't care. I think this mod does really well. I use it on just about every single one of my playthroughs. It cuts down on the amount of voxel destruction I'm doing, and basically just keeps the world nice. Helps it to run smoother. So I'd recommend you go check it out. Link in the description. And until next time, have a great rest of your day, and see ya.